Seniors, this one mistake is why you wake up to pee every night. There's something deeply frustrating about lying in bed, night after night, just drifting off into sleep, only to feel that sudden unwelcome urge. Again, you sigh, maybe even groan a little, and swing your legs over the edge of the bed. The hallway is dark. Your body is tired, but your bladder doesn't care. And it's not just once. It's 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a night. And by the time morning comes, you're exhausted. It starts to wear you down in ways no one talks about. Your energy fades. Your joy thins out. You begin to dread bedtime because rest doesn't come easily anymore. You might think this is just what getting older looks like, that it's normal, that this broken sleep is something you're supposed to accept. But here's the truth. No one says out loud. Most people don't actually need to suffer like this. The mistake that causes this disruption is so small, so ordinary, and so easily fixable. But because it's never talked about, it keeps stealing your nights. This isn't just about sleep. It's about your peace, your dignity, your right to wake up feeling strong again. I'm talking to you from the heart, because I know how hard it is when your body starts doing things you didn't expect, and when answers feel far away. But I promise you this, there's something you can do, and it doesn't involve medication or surgery. It starts with one gentle shift in awareness. Tonight can be different. This week can be different. Your story can change. Starting now, let me show you how. Number 1, the silent thief of sleep. Understanding nocturia. Let's slow down for a moment and be honest about something that most people are too proud or too tired to talk about. Waking up to pee once in a while might not sound like a big deal, but when it happens night after night, 2, 3, even 4 times, it becomes something else entirely. It chips away at your strength. It disrupts the deep stages of sleep your brain needs to heal. And over time, it steals more than your rest. It takes your clarity, your energy, your joy. This is the reality of nocturia. It's not a rare condition. It affects nearly 70% of older adults. But most people don't even know the name for it. They just know the routine. Get up, shuffle to the bathroom half asleep, hope you don't trip. Use the toilet, come back to bed, and then lie there in the dark, wide awake, trying to fall asleep again. By the time morning comes, you feel like you never rested at all. And what's worse, this broken sleep starts to bleed into your days. You nap more often. You feel irritated and sluggish. You might forget things more easily, or feel less steady on your feet. Over time, even your immune system begins to weaken. Studies have shown that frequent nighttime urination is directly linked to higher risks of falls, depression, and even heart problems in seniors. But the biggest wound is emotional. It's the silent frustration of knowing your body is keeping you from peace. It's the shame some people carry when they feel like their body is betraying them, like they can't even trust their own bladder anymore. And the saddest part is, most people don't say anything. They just accept it as another burden of growing old. But let me speak directly to your heart right now. This isn't something you have to live with. Nocturia is not just a symptom of aging, it's a signal, a warning, a message from your body asking for help, not punishment. And when you stop ignoring it, when you stop brushing it off as just how things are, you open the door to real healing. This is where change begins, not with pills or complex medical jargon, but with the simple awareness that you can sleep through the night again. You can reclaim the sacred rest your body has been begging for. And that journey starts by understanding the one mistake that so many people unknowingly make every single day. Number 2, the one mistake: evening habits that sabotage your bladder. Let's talk plainly. The biggest reason you wake up at night to pee isn't because your body is broken. It's because it's doing exactly what you're telling it to do, responding to how you treat it, especially in the final few hours before bed. And here's the one mistake that quietly ruins sleep for millions of seniors: drinking too much fluid too late in the day. It sounds harmless, right? A glass of water with dinner, a cup of tea to relax in the evening, maybe a little juice before bed because your mouth feels dry. And why not? After all, we've been told for years to stay hydrated, especially as we age. But no one told us about the timing of hydration. Your kidneys process fluids continuously, but during the day your body is upright, active, and circulating blood efficiently. Fluids get processed and eliminated without much trouble. But at night, when you lie down, things shift. Blood redistributes. The kidneys work differently, and any excess fluid lingering in your system now has a direct path to your bladder and a short trip to your brain to say, "Wake up." Now imagine this. You drink a big cup of herbal tea at 9 p.m., thinking it's soothing and good for you. You head to bed at 10:30. By midnight, your bladder's full. By 2:30 a.m., you're up again. And by morning, you're exhausted and wondering why you feel like you didn't sleep at all. And let's not forget, your bladder, like every part of your body, has aged. It holds less. It sends signals more urgently. The muscles might be a bit weaker. So the mistake of late hydration hits harder than it did 30 years ago. But it's not about blaming yourself. It's about realizing that your body is just following orders. There's also a hidden enemy here. Certain drinks you might think are harmless are actually diuretics. Caffeine, alcohol, even some teas and citrus-based drinks. They tell your kidneys to push out more fluid, so that innocent glass of wine or late-night orange juice may be setting your bladder up for an all-night performance. But here's the hope. This is a mistake you can correct. Gently. Lovingly. Not with fear, but with wisdom. By shifting your hydration to earlier in the day, drinking more water between waking and mid-afternoon, you give your body time to flush and balance. Then, as the evening comes, you slow down, you reduce your intake. You sip just enough to stay comfortable, not overloaded. And something beautiful begins to happen. Your bladder stops calling out in the middle of the night. Your body sleeps deeper. Your mind starts to heal. You wake up with light in your eyes again. The body wants to heal. It wants to rest. It's not fighting you. It's trying to tell you something. Now that you know, you can make one small change that will lead to powerful transformation. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise. Number 3, your body is trying to speak. Listen to it with compassion. There's a quiet sadness that creeps in when your body starts behaving in ways you didn't expect. You begin to feel like a stranger in your own skin. You don't move the way you used to. You don't rest the way you used to. And when you wake up 2 or 3 times a night to go to the bathroom, it's easy to think, "I'm falling apart." But I want to gently offer you another way of seeing this. Your body isn't failing you, it's speaking to you. That urge in the night, that full bladder, it's not punishment, it's not weakness, it's communication. It's your body's way of saying, "Please slow down. Please change something. I'm doing my best with what you're giving me." And when we shift from frustration to curiosity, when we stop blaming ourselves and start listening, we begin the process of real healing. But listening requires compassion. So many seniors I've spoken to carry deep frustration, even shame, over their nighttime struggles. They think, "I should be stronger than this." Or worse, "I don't want to be a burden." But let me tell you this, your worth is not measured by how many times you wake up at night. Your value doesn't shrink because your bladder is more sensitive. You are not a burden, you are human, and you deserve to be treated by others and by yourself with tenderness. Sometimes we get so used to pushing through discomfort that we stop recognizing it. We accept poor sleep. We accept fatigue. We accept nights broken by bathroom trips as just life now. But deep down, a part of you is still longing for peace. And that longing is holy. That longing is the whisper of your body and soul saying, "You were made for rest. You were made for renewal." It's time to listen with love, not with guilt, not with judgment, but with the same compassion you would offer a dear friend. The body changes with age, but it also responds with grace when treated kindly. And the most powerful act of kindness you can give yourself today is to stop dismissing your symptoms and start honoring what they're trying to teach you. This isn't about perfection. It's about peace. And that peace begins when you stop fighting your body and start partnering with it. You are not alone in this journey. And you are not broken. You're just being called back to awareness, to simplicity, to care. And that starts with one simple question. What is my body trying to tell me tonight? Number 4. The fix is gentle, simple, and in your hands. The most beautiful truth in all of this is that the solution doesn't have to be complex, expensive, or painful. You don't need to fill your bathroom cabinet with new pills or wait on a doctor's prescription to start feeling better. In fact, the key to reclaiming your nights, your rest, your strength, your peace, is already within your reach. It lies in small, mindful shifts that honor your body's natural rhythm. And best of all, it begins with grace. Let's start with hydration. This isn't about drinking less, it's about drinking smarter. Instead of trying to hydrate late in the day, when your body is winding down, aim to front-load your water intake. Drink the majority of your fluids in the morning and early afternoon, when your body is active and your kidneys are working at their strongest. Then after about 6,000 p.m., begin to gradually taper off. If you feel thirsty in the evening, that's okay. Take small sips. You're not starving your body of water. You're simply giving it time to process fluid before you lie down for sleep. And remember, not all drinks are created equal. Try to avoid caffeine after lunchtime. Stay away from carbonated beverages, acidic juices, and even sleepy teas that might contain hidden diuretics. Choose warm water or calming herbal teas without diuretic effects like chamomile or peppermint. Then there's the evening routine. Train your bladder gently. Make it a habit to use the restroom before bed, even if you don't feel the urge. This helps fully empty the bladder and reduces the chances of being woken by pressure a few hours later. If you feel like you're not fully emptying, take a few moments. Relax. Try again. Double voiding, waiting a few minutes and trying once more can help prevent incomplete emptying that leads to urgency in the night. Beyond fluids, consider the food you eat in the evening. Spicy, acidic, or salty meals can irritate the bladder lining and increase nighttime urgency. Eating earlier in the evening gives your digestive and urinary systems more time to settle before rest. And if you're taking medications, speak to your doctor about timing. Some pills, including diuretics, might be better taken in the morning. But perhaps the most important part of this fix is belief. Believing that it's not too late. Believing that your nights can be peaceful again. This is not a fantasy. Seniors around the world have made these small changes and found huge relief. They've gone from waking up 4 times a night to sleeping straight through till morning. They've rediscovered what it feels like to rise from bed with a clear head and a rested body. This is your invitation, not to overhaul your life, but to gently adjust it. To treat your body as a beloved friend instead of a failing machine. The fix is not found in punishing yourself, it's found in partnership and wisdom and tenderness. And you, right now, have everything you need to begin. One step, one evening, one decision toward healing. That's all it takes. Number 5. Healing the deeper wound, restoring confidence and dignity. We talk a lot about the physical side of aging, about sore joints, medications, and routines. But very rarely do we speak about the invisible toll it takes on your spirit. And for many seniors, one of the most damaging parts of waking up to urinate at night isn't just the fatigue, it's the quiet erosion of dignity. You might not even notice it at first. Maybe you start sleeping in separate beds to avoid disturbing your spouse. Maybe you stop staying overnight at a loved one's home because you're embarrassed about the frequent bathroom trips. Maybe you avoid drinking water altogether just to try and make it through the night, even though it leaves you dizzy and dry during the day. And over time, that sense of embarrassment grows into something darker. A fear of being a burden. A fear that your body is too much trouble. A feeling that something as simple as sleep, a basic human need, has now become complicated, humiliating, and out of your control. But here's what I want to tell you with all the compassion in the world. You are not broken. Your body is not betraying you. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are a person worthy of patience, healing, and grace. Waking up to urinate at night is not a moral failure. It does not make you weak, and it does not mean that your best years are behind you. I know what it feels like to be tired of your own body, to feel like every day is just a new list of things you can't do anymore. But I also know what it looks like to see that change is possible. I've seen seniors in their 70s and 80s go from broken sleep and shame to walking tall with confidence, because they addressed one simple root cause with love, not judgment. That's the deeper healing here. Not just fixing a bladder issue, but restoring your trust in yourself, to believe again that your body can still work for you, not against you, that you are still in partnership with, that you are still capable of joy, of ease, of peaceful nights where you're not counting the hours until dawn. When you start sleeping through the night again, it's more than physical rest, it's emotional repair. It's like your soul exhales. It's a reminder that you're still in charge of your story, and that's what we all need, especially as we grow older, not just a doctor's approval, but the gentle return of our own self-respect. The gentle return of our own self-respect. So I want you to lift your head. I want you to believe again, because you're not too far gone. You haven't missed your chance. The best sleep of your life, the kind that heals your heart and renews your spirit, could still be ahead of you, and you deserve every peaceful second of it. Number 6, beyond the bladder. How sleep changes everything. When your sleep improves, everything improves. It sounds like an exaggeration, but it isn't. Sleep is not just rest, it is repair. It's the quiet, sacred space where your body restores itself, where your mind resets, where your heart finds calm. And when you're constantly waking to use the bathroom, you're not just losing sleep, you're losing your anchor. But imagine what it would feel like to sleep through the night again. Imagine waking up with sunlight on your face and energy in your body, instead of grogginess and dread. Imagine feeling steady on your feet again, feeling mentally clear, feeling emotionally alive. This is what real rest does. It gives you your life back. Science has shown that consistent, uninterrupted sleep reduces your risk of heart disease, dementia, high blood pressure, depression, and even cancer. It boosts your immune system, sharpens your memory, and elevates your mood. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a vital nutrient for a long and healthy life. But here's the thing, this isn't just about biology. It's about your spirit. Sleep renews your sense of hope. It restores your courage. It gives you the clarity to face the day with strength and joy. When you're sleep deprived, the world feels heavy, but when you're rested, even the hard days feel lighter. Many seniors say they didn't realize how much they were missing until they finally had one good night of rest. That one night changed everything. They began moving more during the day, laughing more freely, reconnecting with others. They weren't just managing life anymore, they were living it. And all of that started with correcting a simple mistake. With choosing, every evening, to treat their body with kindness. With drinking wisely, eating with care, and listening to the gentle messages that had been ignored for too long. You don't need a perfect body to sleep well. You don't need youth. You need rhythm, awareness, intention. These small acts, shifting your habits, honoring your bladder, giving your body what it truly needs, become the foundation of better nights and better days. This is the promise of healing, that your nights can be whole again, and your life can be full again. That the best mornings, the ones where you rise without pain, without fog, without fear, are still ahead of you. And it all begins with the courage to say, "My rest matters, and I will make space for peace again." Conclusion: you deserve to sleep in peace again. You've carried so much through the years: responsibilities, memories, love, loss, lessons. And now, in this season of your life, what you deserve most is peace. Not just peace in your mind, but peace in your body. Peace in your night. Rest that holds you gently and wakes you with strength, not exhaustion. And the truth is, that kind of rest is not beyond your reach. It's waiting for you. The nights you've spent waking up, dragging yourself to the bathroom in the dark, feeling alone and defeated, those don't have to be your normal anymore. You are not sentenced to a life of broken sleep just because time has passed. No, you are still worthy of comfort, still worthy of change, and still strong enough to make that change. This one mistake, the simple habit of drinking too late or too carelessly, has robbed too many people of rest, joy, and dignity. But now you know. And when you know, you can choose. You can choose to shift. You can choose to listen. You can choose to love your body instead of resenting it, because your body is still your ally. It's still fighting for you even when it wakes you in the middle of the night. It's not trying to inconvenience you, it's trying to survive. Now together you can do more than survive. You can heal. Let your evenings become sacred again. Dim the lights. Hydrate with wisdom. Eat with care. Go to bed with gratitude instead of fear. Let your bladder rest. Let your heart breathe, and most of all, let your soul be reminded that this life still holds quiet gifts for you, like the simple, beautiful blessing of a full night's sleep. Because you are not just aging, you are becoming. And becoming doesn't stop when the hair turns silver or the hands grow slower. Becoming is eternal. And tonight you can become someone who sleeps without fear, someone who wakes with joy, someone who is still growing, still healing, still fully alive. Sleep well. You've earned it.